Universities share everything. You know, it's not a closed shop. When we do something innovative or brand new projects, building, stuff like that, like we said in the Roundtable, the first thing we do is tell everybody. You know, the next thing we do is invite people to come and have a look. And I think that's always really useful just for other universities to come along and see how other institutions have done things and developed spaces, because it's almost like a seed for ideas. Every university is different, the student bodies are different, the disciplines are different, but you know there is consistency across the sector. And I think looking at how other people do stuff is just a really, really interesting thing to do. AV is all around them all of the time, so why does nobody see it as a career? It's quite interesting, and something we probably need to delve into. A hybrid, it does work in some scenarios, but I think for my university, it's more about the on-campus experience. So yes, absolutely, we can push our sessions out to remote participants. We can also, you know, we record everything. Those lectures are available to watch afterwards, but that's very much an add-on. It's not, in a lot of cases, is not the only option you've got. So there's sort of, it's about, again, it's that blended and flexible delivery. It's, you know, what works well in what scenario.
Higher education is so much part of innovation. We are constantly striving to help our students learn in different ways, to grow with technology. So we have a lot of spaces where we want to bring the innovation into a live environment so people can actually see and adapt their teaching ways. Most people don't want to use hybrid because they want people back, but hybrid is really good for the disadvantaged, the people who are carers, the people who are, you know, parents who can't get in, who have a disability, and that's really what we use it for, and that's what we should be using it for. It's so good talking to other people about how they do things, whether they come from an education background, higher education, secondary school, you know, corporate. It's fascinating.
Flexibility in kit and flexibility in usage of space will be a huge thing for the higher education sector. The challenge I think I was trying to talk about that sometimes we don't always consider enough in technology, in my opinion, how that technology function adds to the mental load of lecturers. So if you think about something like high flex teaching, you would have some of your students in the room, you might have some of the students on remote, either on screens or just on your computer. At that point, as a lecturer, you're dealing with those different types of disparate kind of end users and different end user experiences. You're also trying to deliver your course content. So the technology on top of that, it's just another thing to think about. So I think we need to be very cognizant of what the mental load is that we're putting on our lecturers. They don't just want to be kind of, you know, technological ambassadors. They actually want to be amazing teachers, and we need to find ways to just support them in being amazing teachers rather than having them think about loads of technology and whether people can hear them or not.
It's making sure that we are deploying something now and into the future that is appropriate and suitable and not overly complicated just for the, you know, for the sake of it.
Ambitious goals, teams working together, collaboration, peer review, a sense of equality in the built environment. All those things which I encountered at Google, they're very familiar at UAL. The ability to be more flexible in our thinking, in our designs, in the services that we offer, I think that's going to be the key challenge over the next few years.
Fundamentally, you know, what everybody wants to do in a room where you're deploying AV, whether it's a meeting room or a teaching room, there are some slight differences, but fundamentally, we want to take content that is somewhere and we want to put it somewhere else. I think, as Joe said earlier, you know, if you really distill down the requirements of almost any AV system, fundamentally, we're doing the same thing, irrespective of the environment.